everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought that we could have a little chat about some random orchid stuff, and I'd give you a little update on my outdoor grow space. It's a very miserable rainy day today, but actually we haven't seen rain for quite some time, so I'm pretty pleased that we've got a little bit of a shower today. So first of all, I just wanted to show you guys my new addition. It's a Phalaenopsis orchid given to me this week by some of my friends because I was feeling a little bit down after losing my little dog Sebastian the other week. And what a beautiful gesture from my friends. It really means a lot to me. And you know, it's a simple little white phal with little elegant flowers, but more than that, you know, it just means so much to me, and every time this blooms every year I'm going to have beautiful memories. So yeah, what a lovely gift. And you know, obviously my friends know me well, and yeah, they knew getting me a plant would cheer me up a little bit. So yes, but I just wanted to point out one little thing about this plant. But when it came to me, it had a blasted bud, which has actually just fallen off, but it came from here. And I'll just zoom in a little bit, but on closer inspection, I saw that the tip of the flower spike had broken off. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's broken off. That's probably why the bud blasted. But then I looked on the other side, and this tip is also missing. And I don't know, you guys, to me that looks like a pretty clean cut. So looking back at this side, in retrospect, I mean, that looks like a pretty clean cut too. It's a bit hard to see in this light, but... So this begs the question, why on earth would somebody cut the tips of a flower spike? And the only thing I can think is that the sellers didn't want this orchid to bloom again. So they're hoping for buyers that don't know what to do with Phalaenopsis orchids after the flowers fall off and don't look after them anymore, and perhaps throw them in the bin and come back for a whole new orchid and new flowers. And if that's the case, then that is really something that gets under my skin. Like, how rude, someone's bought a plant and they've tried to minimize the lifespan of the flowers or the orchid or whatever. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know this practice existed, so if nothing else, I just wanted to spread the word that this is a practice that exists, and maybe it might make anyone who watches this video a little bit more vigilant when they're buying their Phalaenopsis orchids, because if nothing else, the seller has got to be a bit dodgy doing crap like this. But anyway, never mind the little rant. This orchid is now in a good home, and I'm going to look after it for years to come. So yes, it's in good hands now. So now that I've had my little spiel over and done with, I'll give you some updates on the outdoor grow space. It's obviously the beginning of September, which is the beginning of spring here, and it's already getting warmer. All our nights this week have been consistently over 10 degrees Celsius, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. So I have stopped bringing this Vanda rack inside at night, so it's going to stay outside for the rest of the year. And I've rearranged some of the shelving to get ready for spring. So, as you guys may or may not know, this is a northern facing space, but the sun is getting higher and higher, which means that eventually it just sort of travels overhead, and that wall where I had most of my orchids won't be getting as much light, and the brightest spot is really going to be against this railing, like this balustrade. So I reorientated my orchids, and now this main shelf is getting some good light. Well, maybe not today because it's pretty overcast, but yeah. So we'll just have a quick look at some of these guys. But this is the Cattleyas on the bottom shelf, and they've had a pretty good month. They have all started with new growths. So you can see most of them are in active growth at the moment, which means hopefully I'll be getting some flowers. So I'll just show you around this side as well. Cattleyas are doing pretty well, and I have to say, like, I'm not a huge expert on Cattleyas. I've had them for a while, but to be honest, maybe my repottings had all been a bit rough, and you know, they generally haven't done super great for me, and they're meant to be easy orchids, so that's a real shame. But you know, I think I'm getting the hang of them a little bit and figuring out, you know, where in my grow spaces they do the best, and that's the main reason I haven't done any videos yet on my Cattleyas, because I don't want to really give people advice when I haven't been doing, you know, so well with them. This guy here is throwing out a flower spike, and you know, I pretty much thought that he wasn't going to make it, so you know, that's definitely a good sign. It may just be, you know, making a last-ditch effort to reproduce or whatever, but I'll take it. Can't wait to see these flowers because it's meant to be a spotted Cattleya. See, I've got a little magpie here eating Toby's dog food apparently. Yes, sorry, back to my oncidiums, but actually there's not too much to report. They've actually been growing quite steadily all through winter. You know, they do grow a little bit faster during spring and summer, but for the most part they've just been growing nice and steadily through winter, which makes me sort of think that they really do require the same care year round. Over here I've got a couple of flower spikes, so I've got a few Miltoniopsis orchids there, but this is a Miltoniopsis Breathless Beauty, which has never flowered in my care before. I'm not sure if it's the first flowering, but it's got 1, 2, 3 flower spikes there. And over here we've got Odontocidium Tiger Crow, which I've also not seen in bloom, though it does have a previous bloom spike, so it's bloomed once before for somebody. But I think both of these orchids are probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from opening up their flowers, and I really can't wait because that is my first Miltoniopsis to flower, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, back to business, but I've got some special things to show you, just a couple of things in particular. But first I want to show you my Sedirea japonica, and it's a flower spike. You have no idea how excited I am to see this. I've had this little guy since he was a teeny tiny little seedling, and honestly I didn't think he would do anything this year for me, so I am really happy. I'm stoked actually. So I've been growing this Sedirea with my Phalaenopsis orchids until earlier this year. And in winter, when winter started, I decided to actually move two orchids, so my Sedirea japonica and also my Doritus orchid, to different areas, just because they weren't performing as well as I thought they should. So I moved my Doritus to my upstairs western facing grow area because I thought it might enjoy some warmer, brighter conditions. And I also moved this Sedirea outside to get a bit of a winter chill. And both of them responded really, really well, like so much better than I expected. They both started growing new roots. I'm not sure if I can show you, but you know, he had heaps of new root growth and new leaves. It grew 2 new leaves, and well, the spike speaks for itself as well. But the nights out here got down to 5 degrees Celsius during winter, and that's about 40 Fahrenheit-ish. And you know, Phalaenopsis orchids would never tolerate temperatures that low, so I don't think that it's quite fair to lump the Sederea's culture requirements in with phals, because I do think they are different. But having said that, I did not expect a flower spike from this guy at all, so I think he's found a new home outside on this shelf. So next we will move over to my little epidendrum shelf of 2 epidendrums. And you might remember this guy. It's Epidendrum Tiny Valley from a previous video, my August Orchids in Bloom video. And at the time it did have a 3rd flower spike that was just beginning to open, but a couple of weeks ago there was a really, really windy day in Brisbane, and at the time this plant was in a plastic decorative container. And it blew over and it fell right onto that new spike and it broke off. And I was pretty devastated, and it happened the weekend just after my little dog Sebastian passed away, and I just burst into tears. It was a pretty sad sight to see. But anyway, I noticed something yesterday that I really wanted to show you guys, and I'll try and get a good view here. Maybe I can change the lighting a little bit there. Okay, so you can see where it's broken off there, but beside it, do you see that new green growth? So I'm pretty sure, guys, that this is a secondary flower spike, and I can barely believe it because I didn't even know that epidendrums could do this. But I was beyond happy yesterday, and I was thinking, oh, my little epidendrum loves me, like he's actually going to grow another flower spike for me, which is pretty impressive, and I'm pretty happy about that. So I love you too, little epidendrum. Alright, and the very last thing that I actually wanted to show you was my other epidendrum. So he was maybe in my first video where I showed you my Outdoor Growspace. So I originally got him like towards the end of last year, and it's only about yay high, but he grew and he grew and he grew. And when I made that first video of my Outdoor Growspace, he was just popping out the flower spike then. So since then he's continued to grow and grow and grow this flower spike, and now it's taller than me. But finally finally, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a good view, but let's try. The buds are starting to emerge there. Can you see? Sorry, I'm literally pointing this camera upwards because it's taller than me. But the flower buds are emerging. And yeah, I'm gonna have flowers from this guy. So that's it for our little chat today. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Let me know in the comments below what you think I can do to improve my future videos. And yeah, if you want to see more, just subscribe to my channel. So I will see you guys all next time. I hope you have a great week and happy growing. Bye.